Yo, what is up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, November 12th, here with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. It's a money-making Sunday roundtable, man. I love doing the roundtable. Smaller crew today. A few people might pop in a second. We'll see if they don't, man. But we finna cook up every single game on the card today, NFL and NBA, man. Let's talk with the guys. Mitch, how you doing today?
Good, man. Just watching this early NFL action from Frankfurt, and it still just mystifies me. If Bill Belichick wants to take away the other team's strongest position and strongest player, what's Mac Jones doing on the football field? I just don't even understand it. I mean, that's how you take away the other team's best player. I'm disgusted by officiating in general, of course, after yesterday's debacle in Tallahassee, covering the spread, not what I'm looking for. I don't know what a safety is anymore. I don't get it, man. Second time in 3 games it's happened to us. But that one was egregious. No explanation. No explanation, man. There was no explanation.
I don't have one.
They wouldn't give one. They wouldn't give one. They said they were going to come to the booth and give an explanation. They never did it, man, because there is none. Flip the whole game, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a lot throughout the week where we got a lot of time. Today's show kind of long. NFL Sunday, you ready to cook it up today? And a nice NBA card. Huge, a lot of action today.
I'm ready. I like the NBA card better than I like the NFL card.
It's a nice NBA card. It kind of caught me by surprise. Brian, what's up, my man?
I'll tell you what, I'm ready for a good Sunday. I think it's back-to-back bad Sunday NFL cards, but we do have some NBA action that should help even it out a little bit. I'm definitely excited to get into today's action.
Same. Jovan, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Positive day yesterday. 10-6. Looking to keep it rolling today.
There you go. That's all you can ask for, man. This money-making days rolling forward. Next thing you know, you had a nice week, nice month, nice year. That's how it go. Wayne, what's up, my man?
What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Pig Dog family? Hope everybody doing good out there today. I had a solid day yesterday. Not no huge day, just a 3-2 light day yesterday. Hoping to have a bigger day today. I don't know about these guys, but I'm kind of liking this NFL card. Good value on the NFL card. Maybe not the funnest games to watch, but see some great value on this NFL card today. And basketball, as usual, plenty of value on basketball. Huge card, so excited to talk about it with you guys.
Same, man. I'm locked and loaded on a Sunday. I struggled with the NFL card, but kind of like Jovan said yesterday to end the show, midweek, you just feeling like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You wake up on Sunday and you just feel like you just got a better read on the games, man. And that's how I'm feeling today. Locked and loaded, man. And I'm ready to talk through with the guys. Well, hey, these Sunday shows can get kind of long. We're going through every NFL game, every NBA game. Let's go ahead and hop right in, man. First game up. We're going to head to the streets of Cincinnati, where we got the Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow and company. Injury news kind of looming in this game. Mitch, what you like here? Bengals land 6.5 on Houston.
I like the Bengals in this game, but it's all about Jamar Chase at this point. Higgins is out, of course, for this game. The thing is, they brought up 2 guys from the practice squad earlier this week. I always watch those transactions like a hawk all week long. It's usually a good indication as to who's going to get ruled in and out. And they brought up Stanley Morgan and another receiver as well from that practice squad. So, that's Higgins and Chase, right? 2 receivers. So we'll see what happens. Of course, if Chase is able to go, he's able to go. But Texas A&M firing Jimbo Fisher, eating that $10 million guaranteed a year. Ouch, man.
Didn't they win?
I knew that was coming when they hired Bobby Petrino. We knew it was coming.
Did they win yesterday?
I don't know. $76 million buyout. Man, we're doing something wrong. $76 million buyout. It's probably the biggest buyout in the history of coaching.
What do you think is next for him?
Bobby Petrino, man.
No,
I
I'm
mean, they
saying for
brought him in
Jimbo.
as
I'm saying for Jimbo. You think he's just gonna retire?
well, I don't know. He's sitting on 76 million plus whatever he's made there. It's like I don't think he really has to work if he doesn't want to. But I think Jimbo Fisher will end up as a coordinator, probably at Alabama under Nick Saban. That's where these guys generally go. And then all of a sudden they have credibility again, and he'll land himself another job.
Brian, what you thinking here? Texans, Bengals.
Well, let's remember the Bengals have covered 4 straight, starting to turn into a cover darling, coming off that big win against the Buffalo Bills. Texans missed the cover 2 straight, but C.J. Stroud has been a fantastic rookie quarterback if you look at his numbers. And Bengals a little banged up in some key spots. I'll take the 6 points with the Texans today.
Right. Going with Houston. Jovan, we're looking at this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at an over in this one. Both teams being able to get up and down the field. You know, the injuries are the injuries. If Jamar Chase is there, it's definitely, for me, going over. If not, it might be a little bit more of a struggle with, you know, as long as Burrow's in under center, then I'm still rolling with the over.
Joe Shiesty. Wayne, what you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm sort of like what Brian said, man. I'm on the Texans on this one with the points. Bengals have been covering. Bengals are the better team, but this Texas team, they've been fighting as of lately. I like the pieces with Stroud. I like the way they're playing on defense, middle of the pack defense, but on the road here on a team like the Bengals who do seem to slip up, have a little regression here and there. They haven't just been rolling like recently. So I'm gonna go with the Texans.
We're gonna split this one 2-2 because I'm on Joe Burrow, I'm on Joe Shiesty, Joe and the Cincinnati Bengals today, man. Hey, we saw them do this last year, so I'm not scared about this, man. They started the season out rough last year, and what did they do? They just went on an absolute tear the rest of the year. Like that's just what they do. Hey, I'm on record saying this is my Super Bowl team. I said at the beginning of the year, I think the Bengals, talent-wise, are one of the best teams in the AFC, and they've proven that, unlike, you know, the other team, everybody trying to annoy Buffalo. But C.J. Stroud and company has looked good, but where have the Texans struggled? Out on the road. You know, 3 of their last 5, they've won all 3 home games, lost both out on the road in 2 winnable spots. And I just think the Cincinnati Bengals are just head and shoulders the better team. I think they win this game by 7-10 points. That's how I see it up there in Cincinnati. We'll see. All righty. Next game up, move right along. We got the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wayne, I'll start with you on this one. What you like in here?
A lean to the under straight off. Neither one of these offenses have been totally impressive, and Steelers been getting a lot of close wins. I'm gonna lean with the Packers as well as far as the on the side. Packers offense haven't been beautiful, but their defense has been. They showed up in spots, and like I said, I'm just not all the way believer in this Steelers team. I know they're 5-3, but they haven't been playing as well as their record shows right now, and I do see a little bit of regression. So I'll take Green Bay on the side and the under 2.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on Green Bay in this one. I think this is one of these games where the hook looms large. You know, the whole thing about this game is, and I was going to use this game as a premium, but I had to back off just because Jordan Love isn't my favorite quarterback. But you know, I'm not too high on the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. You know, that's really plain and simple. So, you know, I think this is a 3-point game, no matter how you slice it. A lot of defense being played, a few mistakes on both sides of the ball offensively, and yeah, Green Bay.
Brian.
I believe 6 straight Steelers games have gone under the total, 4 straight Packers games. You got 2 quarterbacks that are struggling out there. I think both teams are going to try to run the football. I'm going to take the under in this one.
3 straight unders. Money man Mitch.
I think this one's about as easy as it gets. You got one of the worst quarterbacks in the league whose biggest flaw in his throwing style and motion is that he throws the ball late over the middle, and he also throws it high. You also have one of the teams that has one of the best scoring defenses in the NFL when it comes to actually, scoring points. I don't know about points scored against, but I know scoring points. These guys seem to always be running the ball into the end zone. It's kind of like an Alabama style thing. This one's going to be an absolute train wreck for the Packers. They're going to get absolutely stomped in this thing. I expect Jordan Love to probably be benched in this game and probably maybe not see the field again for quite some time, as he needs a little bit of work. Well, I throw on top of it a complete coaching mismatch from top to bottom in this game, and the Packers on the road in the place where replay was invented, Pittsburgh. The crap calls always happen in Pittsburgh, and they always go in the Steelers' favor. It is way too much here for the Steelers side. I'm taking the Steelers. Big alternate line.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking on the same lines as Jovan in this one. Like I damn near got to putting the Packers in as a premium. And the one reason I didn't was because I ain't really rocking with Jordan Love like that, man. I think he hit the nail on the head best for me, in my opinion. I just don't want to like 3.5 with this Pittsburgh.
There's threes out there with juice.
I don't want to lay that either. Like, I think this is a 50-50 type game that could go either way. Are the Steelers the better team? Yeah. Are they at home? Yeah.
Packers have shown nothing that they're going to be able to show up in this spot.
Quarterbacks do go
nothing
and die.
I mean, have you watched this guy? Have you watched the Packers?
I know, Mitch, but have you watched the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like,
yeah, the TJ Watt is in the backfield all
Kenny Pickett's all
day.
Every game they play, they get outgained, they get out yarded. Their defense is not.
And they still win. And they still win, man.
And I think they win. And I think they win this one. I just don't want to like 3.5. Like, I just don't. I can see this 22.
TJ Watt to record a sack. Let me just tell you how this rolls. Okay, TJ Watt to record a sack. Okay, which generally, guys, there's 17 games. Generally, these guys have less than 17 sacks in a season, right? To record a sack is minus 210. Is the prop bet odds on it? Okay, he's going to have a field fucking day. You guys are, I don't know what you guys were watching, man.
Fair enough.
Minus 210 to record a sack, man. That's like, I mean, seriously.
No, I like that though. I kind of like that. That's a solid play. I think you.
Yeah, I mean, I like two defensive scores as the prop in this one for the Steelers.
Is Minka back in that game?
I would like him to score a touchdown, anytime touchdown for sure.
I know he was out last week. I don't necessarily remember if he's playing this week.
He's out, hamstring.
Yeah, I thought so.
Hayward's back though. Oh, the pass rush is going to be fierce on that piece of shit. Oh my God, Jordan Love is one of the biggest drafting mistakes of all time. He's worse than a bust out of a number one overall pick. It's worse than a bust out of a number one overall pick. It's worse.
It was pretty bad.
It's the worst draft pick in the history of the NFL draft.
I don't know about that because,
Mac Jones was taken in the first round. Is that why?
Nah. He's a bad one. He's the worst one as far as I'm concerned. But it was really an inexplicable draft pick in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was highly touted or anything like that. And did he go first round?
That's what makes it
Jordan
worse.
Jordan Love is the 15th player taken in the first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah, well, they took a shot and they failed miserably. They reached for that one.
When you're taking a guy when you already have a starting quarterback in today's NFL, where basically quarterbacks have to start right away because you only have these guys for X amount of years to start off. They need to be an absolute home run if you're going to let them sit on the bench for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true also. But who he was at Utah State, it was a reach. It's not like he was a consensus number one pick. You know what I'm saying? So
he's even worse in the NFL. He's not even consistent starter. We're going to see Kyler Murray back in action today and realize he's probably
A top 10 quarterback.
in this league right now.
He is. There we go. We'll talk about him.
That's what we're gonna see.
To me, it's
like this guy has been disrespected all off season long. Is going to come in there and show everybody, hey, this is what a guy who can throw the football looks like.
No, facts.
To me, it's not a fair assessment because Green Bay offense hasn't been that good.
Because he throws the ball late and high over the middle, man. That's why it
the running backs have been injured.
It's his fault they're not good.
They got Watson, who's unproven, but people are saying that's his best receiver. Like, who does he have, Mitch, for you to be like,
the same guys that Aaron Rodgers had. The same guys that Aaron Rodgers had.
The guy Aaron Rodgers has plays for the Raiders.
I mean, Kenny Pickett's not any good. I don't know how you could have that much confidence in Kenny Pickett leading the Steelers. It just doesn't make sense.
And he has. I don't. And he has.
I think the Packers aren't going to score a point in this game. I think they're going to score 0. They're going to get shut out, man. They're going to get whitewashed. You think they're going to get rung up like they did against the 49ers at home twice in one season, or lose to shits? The Packers.
I think they win. I don't know if they cover.
You haven't seen Mike Tomlin coach.
That's what I think here.
Oh my God, Jay! They're gonna win. They're gonna win by 30, and you're gonna be like, "Damn it!"
I'm not necessarily dependent on Love to get him up the field, but he's definitely gonna have to complete the short routes and get the run.
He will to the Steelers. That's what he does.
Let's move on, man. Next game up.
I like to hold it back. It's like I sugarcoat it, I hold it back, but it's like eventually I will be able to explain my opinion with a little bit of therapy, a little bit of help, and of course my Pick Dogs family.
Next game up, man. We got the Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think this is for me a legal game. I'm not necessarily betting this game today. If I were to, as I said a lot on the jam session, I think there's a 50-50 type game, and in those type games, I rather attack the plus money or have the points in my back pocket, and that's kind of my thoughts here on this game. So a small lean for me to Tennessee. Mitch, any thoughts on this one?
Small lean to Tennessee as well. I don't. This game didn't really make my list of top games. Just Tennessee's been real inconsistent, but I think that Baker Mayfield is another quarterback that once again. And against the bad teams, they might get away with it because they have a decent defense. But against the better teams and the better coach teams, they're going to struggle. Todd Bowles is just one of those head coaches that he's a really, really good defensive coordinator. I mean, he's one of the best there's ever been. But as a head coach, he lacks. And I think he also lacks because he doesn't have a quarterback. And Baker Mayfield just holds on to the ball way too long, man. It's like you can't hold on to the ball that long in the NFL. Ask Jordan Love, ask Mac Jones, and ask this guy, Baker Mayfield. I just think that the Titans, that's their edge in this game is Baker Mayfield. And it's just tough for me to go there.
You be ragging on my guy. I like Baker more than you do, man.
Because look at what he's paid for at my house. I got a BMW in the garage, man. Thank you. I call it my license plate is Baker.
Brian, what's your thoughts here on this one?
I'm a slight lean to Tampa Bay in this crappy game. I mean, Titans haven't been a cover machine 1-3 last 4, and you're going to have confidence in a rookie quarterback on the road. He's had one good start. I'll trust Baker Mayfield.
He looks real good. This Levis looks real good, man.
He looked good.
He looked
good.
He looked all right.
Real good.
He looked all right.
Real good.
All right. I don't know. I ain't on the Levis train yet. I ain't doing that. That's why I left this game alone, because I really don't want to bet a rookie quarterback in his second straight game on the road. Like, it just don't seem like a great spot to do so. So, I don't know. Javon, what you thinking here?
Nah, I'm on Tennessee, and I'll take it a step further. I think it's a money line play. I think they get the outright win. I like what Will Levis has shown on the field in his first 2 games. Last game, it could have been a complete whitewash, and it wasn't. He showed that he's an NFL quarterback, even in the second game. And I think Baker Mayfield's gonna have a crucial error, as in terms of either a fumble or an interception that's gonna cost him the game. He's one of those sandlot quarterbacks. He's not a timing quarterback by any means. He holds onto the ball way too much. Mitch already said that. And it's gonna cost him in this game. Now, Tennessee, they're not, as far as defense goes, they could be had. but I think that when it's all said and done, Tennessee's gonna pull this one out. It's just one of those games where I think Mike Vrabel,
I was just gonna say that.
he usually
There you
gets these type of games, and
go.
they're gonna feed the ball to King Henry.
Yep, there you go. That was that's another great aspect. Mark Vrabel is the best coach in these small underdog roles. Like I'm gonna try to pull up the number here.
Would you lay, Jovan? I'm just asking for a friend. Would you lay like maybe 6.5 points with the Titans if they gave you plus like 256 odds or something on it? Like just south of a touchdown. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying not saying I'm doing it.
You know what? I would if I had it backed up with, big money on the regular spread, money line.
I have the regular spread.
Minus 2.5. You know what I'm saying? And then smaller wage on 6.5 at plus money like that. Yeah.
Okay, didn't take much.
Wayne, it's your team, man. It's your Bucks.
200 pays 512.50.
What they doing today?
You're right, Jay. This is my team, my Bucks. And after last week, that meltdown that they had going against Houston, man, I definitely can't bet on this team no time soon. It's not just Baker's Mayfield's fault, man. They got a call for somebody after a loss like that. Todd Bowles, a coordinator, somebody got to get called after the way they came and lost. And on the other side, as these guys mentioned, man, Will Levis, he looks strong. This Tennessee offense is good. That's what a lot of people fail to realize just because they're in close games. Anytime you have a guy like Tannehill that can produce wins, and he's not that great of a quarterback, good offensive line, solid running game, and they have receivers too to back it up. They always have somebody explosive. So you getting them with points on the road. I know a lot of people are going to be down on Will Levis, but he's better than Baker, as these guys have stated. And I'm riding with Titans on the spread.
Did we just sweep Tennessee? I think we did.
No, I had Tampa Bay. Yeah. If you look at Baker Mayfield's numbers, 12 touchdowns.
Then I'm going to go to 9.5.
Baker Mayfield, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. His numbers aren't that terrible. If you
they're not, Brian. You're right.
How many times has he been sacked?
Their problem is Tampa Bay can't run the ball. That's their main issue.
How many times has he been sacked, and how many yards has he lost on those sacks?
It's better to get sacked than to throw interceptions.
That's the numbers that you just omit. It's that's what you omitted. No, it's not. It's not always better than an interception.
Tampa Bay by 3 says
Brian B. They got a problem with the big play right now on defense, man. The defense isn't bad, but they're giving up a lot more big plays than normally this year.
Shorty. Next game up. I think this is one of the better games on today. Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Ravens been rolling, man, steamrolling teams up there at TD Bank. They're laying 6.5 in this one. Mitch, what you thinking? Baltimore, Cleveland.
Lamar Jackson's just having a year and a half, and I just think that Cleveland's best player and the guy who's really playing the best on the scene, Myles Garrett, kind of neutralized because of Lamar's speed, and I think that it's tough to get pressure on a guy that wants to be pressured, so it kind of is the reverse effect. I just got to go with the Ravens at home, just too much momentum. Of course, I don't love the number here. I like it better at 2.5, but laying 6.5, it's still better than laying 7 any day of the week.
Surely. I'm going to pop into Baltimore, Maryland in a minute and ask my guy Eric his thoughts on this game here in a second. Brian, what you think on this one?
I'm going to lean here to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, it's the best defense in football. They got embarrassed on their home field. This is a division rival game. I'll take the Browns at the points.
Eric.
Yes, sir.
What's up, my man?
I'm looking at the screen. I heard you. I've been listening the whole time while I'm talking to clients that are texting for the Dime Club. If you watch my YouTube video, the free game, I got to go under the number. I'm laying the 6.5. Not being a homer, I just, look, I'm looking out the window right now. It's not, look, they get the job done. What can I say? Till they prove me wrong, especially at home, they get the job done. So if I can lay less than 7, to me, that's value. When you get to that big favorite where you live, I want to give you some input as well. But okay. Since you're asking me about that, yeah, I mean, I'm laying the 6.5 as a free complimentary selection. Will it actually be a paid play? I don't know.
For sure. I'll bring you back for that Dallas game and probably halftime here in a second as well.
Awesome.
Cool. Jovan, Browns, Ravens.
Yeah, at this total, I understand that both of these teams have strong defenses, but I think this one's gonna go over. I think both teams hit the 20s somehow, some way. Maybe a defensive score, I don't know, but when you have these divisional games, a lot of times the first game, if it stays under the next game, there's usually an uptick in points. And the fact of the matter is, the first game, Cleveland didn't score a damn thing. It scored 3 points. So Deshaun Watson wasn't in that game neither. So I think that both teams get there as far as points, and it goes over.
Over, Jovan. Baltimore, Cleveland. Wayne.
With Brian, man, I'm taking the Browns on the spread with this one, man. Rivalry game, and if you just look back, in the last 10, only one game has have the Ravens smashed the Browns over 6 points. It's just very close, tightly compared games. Good defense. Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing that well, but I still take him over a lot of quarterbacks in the league. Definitely coming into a Ravens environment. He has experience. I don't think none of these guys are going to be routed in this environment. I think they know what time it is. More veteran-led team Browns. These guys have been on here for a while, so they know what time it is in a game like this, and I think they can keep it within the number.
I'm going to break the tie. We had 2 on Baltimore. We had 2 on Cleveland. I'm going to take Cleveland in this one as well. I'm going to grab a point in my back pocket, man. I just think it's a sell high spot on Baltimore. I think they are the better team. They're playing the much better football. I think they win the game. But I think Wayne kind of hit the nail on the head, man. This is a divisional game. After playing 3 straight NFC opponents, the Ravens always smash the NFC, always. Because the reason they smash the NFC is because a lot of NFC teams don't see Lamar Jackson a lot. And when you don't see Lamar Jackson, he is the hardest player in the NFL to prepare for. He will embarrass your ass with pure speed and the quickness that he possesses. Now coming back playing a Cleveland Browns team that is most accustomed, more so than any other team, to facing him. I think one of the best defenses in the NFL. I know they blew him out in that first game. I think this one's closer to the vest. I think Ravens win it, but I think we're looking somewhere like 24-21, 24-20, somewhere in that ballpark is kind of where I got this game. Ravens win. Ravens cover. Baltimore cover. Goddamn. Cleveland covers. There we go. Moving right along. Let's move on to one of the best games on TV today. Cannot wait to watch this one. We got the Niners and the Jags. Niners laying 3 out on the road. Let's start with Wayne Scott on this one.
When it comes to a better team, I'm definitely leaning to 49ers here, but I like the Jazz with the spread here. I don't like how the 49ers have been playing recently. We've seen some regression from my guy Purdy. They also have some injuries that's slowing them down. And Jaguars, they play defense. They control the clock, and they punch it in when it counts, or they make sure they get points. So anytime you getting points and playing defense, I'm taking the Jags on the spread.
There you go. Jovan.
Yeah, I think this is a defensive game myself. Both teams, well, in the case of the 49ers, it's still one of the top defensive teams in the league. They just got Chase Young and another defensive player that should bolster their defensive play. As far as a line goes, put pressure on Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence isn't that good under pressure at all. On the other side, this defense of the Jaguars they do have talent. They might not show all the time, but in this 5-game winning streak that they've been on against lesser opponents, it has shown. So, I think this one stays under the total.
Brian B.
Premium pick on the side, but as far as the total goes, I got a slight lean here to the under. I agree with Jovan. The Jaguars' total defense comes in ranked about 22nd in the league, so they're going to need to step up a bit. But off a bye week against San Francisco, I think this one ticks under the number.
Money man, Mitch.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple formula here in this one. When we look at the 40 games over the last 2 years, common thread here is when Deebo Samuel plays, they win every single time. when Deebo Samuel does not play, they lose every single time. He's playing, they win. Niners, money line. Very, very simple. It is 100% that angle.
It's kind of crazy how it goes like that. The Niners, man, they've been ugly. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. They ever since they kicked the crap out of my team, they've been free falling. They've lost 3 straight. I lean 49ers, and I would play a money line as well. I think we're heading for a push probably on the 3. I like Jacksonville a lot. I do. I've been on Jacksonville a ton this season. I'm on record saying I think they can even get the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they can really make some real noise in the AFC this season. I like Jacksonville, but
I would say, Jay, I think the thing about the money line bet here, and I think like you said that you think it might be a push. I don't see it. I think, I say money line because it's not that expensive, but I really don't see the push. And if anything, I have the money line, but I also have, an extended line play on this game as well on the 49ers, because what happens here is you get Deebo into space, right? He's dancing around. They can't lay a freaking glove on him, right? They get all frustrated. You got a really bad coach in Doug Peterson who plays the analytics game, which doesn't work, right? We haven't seen this analytics work once, right? So we know they're going to be in a bad spot. Now they've added Chase Young. So you have Chase Young and Boza on the ends. And you know what I say to that? Good freaking luck. If you're in a must pass situation, if you're behind by more than 7 points in this game and you're Jacksonville and they know you're going to pass, you have Chase Young and Boza as the other team's defensive ends, your quarterback is going to be lucky to be able to walk off the field.
It's a tough game for me. It is, because I really like the Jags. But I've said for many a weeks this season, before they went on that little bad stretch, that the Niners were the best team in football. And I love, one of my favorite things in the NBA, a lot of guys know, is taking good to great teams and bounce back spots, and buy low.
But because of the Jags winning streak, they're just like such a super public dog here. It's like you got to,
So
it's just so
they are not a public dog here.
I'm about
way.
to say I wouldn't say
super
they're
square.
Public dog,
super duper,
but,
super duper.
I mean,
square.
the Niners have won 2 of the last 5. They've played 5 games. They're 2-3 over the last 5.
Niners have lost 3 games in a row. Jaguars have won like 5 or 6 games in a row. They're home. It is the
Jags
squarest
have had 2
play
weeks
on
to
the board.
prepare for this game. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. This is a statement game.
Exactly. It's the square. All those just keep saying as to why people are taking the Jaguars. It's the squarest play on the board.
Jaguars will be in the Super Bowl.
And you're the squarest capper on the board. So we have it. Match made in heaven.
I like a team with 2 weeks to prepare.
You like the squarest plays on the board. You like to chase the sharps. So you're on the wrong side of the line. And that's what always happens.
Next game up,
I think you're dreaming.
Okay. Well, I'll bet you whatever you like on this game. And Jay knows I'm willing to do that.
I need a new Captain Obvious outfit, so I might take that.
Name your number. We go up to 5K.
We got the Saints and the
5
Vikings.
bands, 5 racks. I got all the terminology down. Costi ran me through it. I asked him, I said, you know what racks are? He's like, yeah, 5 bands. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I'm like, we call dimes. It's like,
it's a tough one, man. We got the Saints laying 3 on the road. I'm here to tell you right now, I'm not laying 3 with the Saints. I'm not doing it. So with that being said, I would either grab the plus money with the Vikings, or I think they got a legitimate shot to win this outright. I think Joshua Dobbs kind of ejected some life into this team last week. I can't lay points to the Saints, man. As you see on your screen, they've been one of the worst ATS teams in the league, 2-6-1 against the number. Offensively, they leave a lot to be desired. Derek Carr's not that good. That's just what it is. You've seen the drama with Michael Thomas this week. Defensively, that's still their best unit, but it's not as good as it's been in years past. I'm not laying 3 with the Saints on the road, so I'm grabbing the points of Minnesota here. Mitch, what you thinking?
I don't love this game either. This is my least favorite game on the board, and probably just an under for me. I think that this one's probably going to be played between the 20s, and we see the kickers getting a lot of action. You guys know if I don't like if I'm giving out a total, I really don't like the game. So I'm taking the under.
Brian, my bad.
Saints just 2-7-1 over the last 10 against the spread. Minnesota's never an easy place for any team to play. Dobbs has a lot of heart. I could see Minnesota making a little playoff push here.
Let's go, Javon.
Yeah, I'm on Minnesota in this one. Plus 2.5 money line, regardless. Yeah, for me, it's really simple. The Derek Carr, Dennis Allen combination is not a winning combination. It's a losing combination. I don't care how good Derek Carr is playing in these last couple games. Yeah, I can't roll with him. On the other side, you have a Minnesota defense that's coming alive. Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator there, he's doing the job with those guys. Those guys are flying around the field like nobody's business. Whether Jared Hall would have did the same thing to the opponent last week that Joshua Dobbs did. I think at this point, regardless of who's under center, I think the Vikings get it done in this one.
There you go, Wayne.
I'm with everybody on this show, man. I think they all made valid points for the under and for basically going against Derek Carr. I'm not betting with Derek Carr, man. Vikings, even with Dobbs, the scientist back there, the stronger option. Saints have the better offense, but that hasn't mattered. We just seen Derek Carr, even with Kamara, even with Olave, just seem to find a way to not find these guys in the crucial situation. So Vikings with the points and under.
I think Michael Thomas is also probably not gonna play.
Yeah, did you see that? Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't do that, bro. Like, I mean, I understand. Like, dude probably was being a prick, probably was, doing the extra stuff, but like, you can't throw a brick at the guy window. Like, come on now.
You can, but oh, you can. I think all of us have a few people we want to throw some bricks at.
I ain't just too mad. I know how it be. And then the guy, even in the video when he was explaining, because they had the news out there and all, like, he kind of seemed like he was putting on the theatrics. So, there's always two sides to a story, and I really haven't heard Michael Thomas's side yet. But when you're a millionaire and you're when you stand for, or when you're part of a brand, man, you can't be doing shit like that, man.
You never want to screw with a Urban Meyer recruited player, guy that Urban Meyer recruited. You just don't want to screw with those guys.
Yeah, they got loose screws. Definitely.
Yeah, and
all of them. Every last one of them. All right, let me get my graphic up for this next one. I didn't say that. We are going to the streets of Arizona is where we're going, man. Where my guy, Mr. Texas high school football, man. Y'all do your homework on Kyler Murray in high school, man. Probably the greatest high school quarterback to ever play the game, and that's no exaggeration. It's no exaggeration. He's back, man, injecting life into this franchise. Hey, I ain't overcomplicating this one, man. The Falcons, they've been a burn money machine this year, 2-7 against the number. I think this line should be a pick 'em if they're going to give me a little plus money here, taking the Cardinals home dogs at the crib, with their guy back under center. Sign me up, man. Arthur Smith has been, let's just call a spade, man. He has two of the most electric college players to come out of college in the last 2 seasons, and he is misusing the hell out of both. Kyle Pitts at Florida, oh my God, he was a monster. Bijan Robinson at Texas, he was a monster.
Oh,
what the hell is going on here, man? I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. I'm not liking it. I think Arizona with their, I know they got shut out last week, but I'm feeling them boys this week. They've competed in damn near every game they've played thus far this season. I'm taking the Cardinals. Mitch?
Colts just dropped an easy touchdown. I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals too. I'm see Kyler Murray, and I think we've been talking about Jay's quarterback rankings all season long, and I think he's even had some moments where it's just like you're just some major shifts there. And it's just, it's part of over the course of the season that you realize that, some of these guys aren't what we thought they were, and some of them are better than we thought they were. And I think what's going to happen here is that, man, there's a lot of teams out there that would take Kyler Murray now. I mean, he's better than at least half the quarterbacks in the NFL, if not more. This is the worst starting group of NFL quarterbacks we've ever had. And I think, if they use this guy, he can be, and I mean, all right. I mean, I know the Ravens did Costi in there, whatever. He could be a better Lamar Jackson, man. He has the speed and he has a way better arm. Way better. He's pro baseball player arm. He does. So I don't know. I just think I'd like to see him on a good team, but I think against the Falcons, he's going to be just fine.
I agree with you. I don't think nothing you said there was just that crazy. It really wasn't. Brian?
I'll have to take the Cardinals here plus the points. Kyler Murray, definitely way more talented than anything Atlanta has at quarterback. And I think the rest of the team steps up for him here at home. You're getting points. I don't see how you could lay with Atlanta Falcons with how bad they've been ATS was.
That'd be incredible.
I got $4 on my desk. We could bet the $3. We could bet this on the game. 49ers.
Money line.
I think you're smoking.
I got $4. I got four. Cash money.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on Arizona in this one. Not my favorite game on the board, that's to be sure. But this is a Falcons fade for me. Given the fact that Kyler Murray's back, you don't know how he's going to look after so much times off. That's why it's not one of my favorite plays. But at the same time, I'll take the home dog just on the strength. They should be able to run on the Falcons, regardless of who they're handing the ball off to. So give me the Falcons. I'm not the Falcons. Give me the Arizona Cardinals.
Goodness. Wait.
I'm rolling with the Cardinals as well, man. Just not a fan of Ritter. Definitely more the game management.
Is it Ritter or Heineke today?
Heineke.
Oh, Heineke's in there? Okay.
Heineke.
Heineke wasn't bad for Washington, but second string quarterback. Falcons been winning a lot of these games just basically based off their defense and with Kyler Murray back. Giving them that dual threat option, just somebody's way harder to defend. And Cardinals actually been playing all right on defense, definitely when it comes to the pass. So it's gonna make Falcons a little more one-sided. And I think they come out here and get this victory.
All right, I did not expect a lot of people on the AZ Cardinals, but I mean, I guess I kind of understand it. Like you said, man, and like you see on the screen, the Falcons, like they just been burning money this year. Even in the games that they win, they just win ugly. And it's like, why the hell am I on the Atlanta Falcons? Mitch always says, why the hell would anybody take this head coach? I know he hates this guy, but I think they're in a solid spot today, man. I gotta fade the world, man. I'm taking what my guy Brian likes to say, take the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers plus the 3. And I like them on the money line. I like a lot of home dogs today, man. I do. Think the home dogs barking. We've seen the Lions struggle against AFC opponents out on the road, man. The Chargers, I know the level of competition was not that great, in our last few games. But I did like what I saw in those games. They did improve. Both teams off a bye in this one. Hey, I think the Chargers show up, man. I do. I really do. I like the points in my back pocket with them. I also like attacking them on the plus money, getting a good plus money price with them today. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm starting to back in on this time. Wayne, what you thinking here?
I'm with you, man. I'm on the Chargers on this one as well. Just Lions have been playing well, and just not a good spot for them. I'm loving the Chargers offense in this one, getting a chance against this defense at home. Allen's been turning it up, and they always have a good chance with the running back in the style of play. They play that way against this Lions team. And on the other side of it, Lions offense just – like I said, they've been playing well in spots, but at the same time, I always see that regression with golf, and definitely going against this Chargers defense at home. So I'm with the Chargers with the points.
Jovan.
Yeah, I like the over in this one. back and forth, both teams marching down the field. The Chargers pass defense, they've been god awful. Last couple of games, they have been in games where they made the stops, in their secondary, but I think that the Lions, should be able to move the ball against them. And likewise on the other side, even though, the receiver core is depleted, I think that Justin Herbert could get the ball to whoever that he needs to in this game. So I'm expecting the back and forth affair in this one.
There you go. Over for Jovan. Brian, we're taking the Chargers today.
Oh, for sure. This is one of my favorite plays on the board. Definitely my favorite free pick on the board. I'm going to take the Chargers at home plus the points. They've looked better over the last 2 weeks. Has been against crappier competition. But at 4-4, must-win game at home. Lions 8-2 last 10 against the spread. They're turning into a public cover darling. I don't like them on the road laying points. I'll take the Chargers.
The Lions are the most profitable team the last 3 seasons. They're a money-making team. The most profitable teams the last 3 seasons goes Lions, Niners, Dallas, believe it or not.
All the teams that Brian loves to fade. I think that, it's basically, like Brian said, he hates betting on teams that win and cover. And, 8-2 in their last 10. That means he's 2-8 in his last 10 betting on their games. And the thing is that, when we look at this Lions team coming off the bye week, they were seriously banged up heading in. And now Montgomery is back. He'll be splitting carries with Gibbs. Meanwhile, on the other side of the equation, Palmer out. Their best wide receiver, Williams, out. Herbert, injured finger. Boza, sick. Scott, flu or something. He's not going to be 100% in this thing. This thing's a cakewalk. I expect the Lions to drag that Charger defense up and down the field all day. Taking the Lions. Easy money.
Well, this is still the same Jared Goff, though, that you used to rip at starting quarterback.
He only has to hand the ball off.
Justin Herbert, light years.
Justin Herbert's great. If
this is a must-win
ball
game.
You're gonna suit up for the Chargers because you can use it as your Halloween costume.
Keenan Allen out
I'm
there.
telling you,
they got Austin Eckler, one of the best running backs in the league.
They have one wide receiver, so the Lions aren't gonna be able to cover one wide receiver. Seriously, they're gonna get their ass kicked.
Easiest play on the board is Chargers.
Go Chargers, go!
Take the Chargers.
Worst coach in the league, man.
I know the Lions been drafting linebackers, but they normally have problems against these Eckler type of linebackers, man. These guys that can scat backs and catch out the backfield. They normally have
this game is a 4.5 point line move.
Take the Chargers.
4.5 point line move on this game.
Why is that? You think because of injuries or what?
Chargers suck, man.
You think they're that bad?
They suck balls. If you have a coach that doesn't understand the game, right? He doesn't understand football at all, right? Basically, he works at an insurance company, and you got him on the sideline making important game time decisions. Well, basically, that's as Nick Saban said in that thing that Jay sent me. It's 3.5 points every time he makes one of those decisions for the other team. So it's just a lot of points that they give away every single game. And I expect them to be giving away a ton in this game.
Well, we'll say they're 4-4. They're 500 off nothing but talent. Basically, what you're saying.
Well, look at and also the 4. Look at it. Look at who the 4 are against. The Jets, right? And when they play against the good teams, the teams with winning records, they're not 4-4. No way. They're not even close. You know what they are? Straight ass. That's what they are. I love that one. Let's see. They beat the Jets, the Bears, the Raiders, and the Vikings. They played the Chiefs, lost, smacked, lost to Dallas, did not cover, played Tennessee, lost, Miami at home, lost, did not cover. Any team with a winning record, lost, except for the Titans, who had a losing record and beat them anyway. But all their wins against teams with losing records.
Fair enough. Straight trash. We got a lot of people watching live, man. I appreciate every last one of you guys, man. Smash that like button.
I might have to break out my clown emoji here for Bittler.
And
I usually save that for Jay when he picks the Celtics.
Block.
Hey, them Celtics was my play of the day yesterday. How about that ass whooping they put on the Raptors?
Oh, yeah, that's their game, man. Tatum, 1,000,000 points. Brown, 1,000,000 points. Double digit. Yeah, that's their game. See them in a tight physical game and see what happens. Timberwolves, 13 points. Sixers, 16 points. What do you think Julius Randle and the boys are going to do to them tomorrow?
We'll be chatting about that, man.
Go, Jalen. Shoot all you want, baby. Shoot all day. It's your ball, man. It's your team. You shoot all freaking. You shoot as much as you like.
Fair enough, man. Hey, Wayne, what you selling today?
Right now, I just have my best bet in my NBA. I do have a 3-pack in the NBA to be coming out, and I have my NFL pick out there shortly. So grab one of those, one of my top bets, or you can looking to get something long term, and we'll be ready to cash for today, man. Locked and loaded today, but just got to have my packages out. So
there you go, Jovan. What you got today?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack in the NFL. Then I got 2 standalone games as far as the late afternoon window and the night Sunday night game. So that's what I got right now. I'll have some college basketball and NBA later.
There you go. Brian B, what you got for sale today over at Big Dogs Premium?
Off of 4-1 Saturday, winning day 6 of the last 8 days. You can get my best 3 NFL bets over at pickdogs.com. Just $50 for my Gone Streak and 3-pack. Make sure you pick it up. Hopefully, sweep the board today.
There you go. Money Man Mitch, what you got today?
I got
you've been rolling number 1 last 7, right?
What's that?
I said you've been rolling number 1 last 7.
I don't think so. I think you are. I got
am I?
You might be. I think I got a pick in this early game. I took the Colts against the Patriots, and I like them in the second half as well. I got a 3-pack, and then I have a 1-pack. I also have my college basketball $19 big play. I haven't lost yet at 7-0 in college hoops, which means I'm not going to lose all season long. I plan on winning every single college hoops pick this season because it is easy, and everybody knows that college hoops is just, always a layup. There's never a garbage tree that goes against us or anything in that sport. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm just happy to start that way. After last year, I had the worst college hoop season of my career. It was the worst season of any sport I ever had in my life. And, looking to bounce back from that this season. But outside of that, I have for longer term players, I have 1 or 2 NBA plays. And I think I have 2 in there. And then, of course, I like the Jason Tatum under points, rebounds, and assists in tomorrow's game against the Knicks.
Hey, guys, I got my NFL play of the day up there. I have a 3-pack. I got NBA plays. I'm locked and loaded. Best thing to do for me is to hop on like a 3-day pass, scoop it all up, man. I've been rolling this past week, past month, trying to keep the momentum rolling forward, man. Halftime. It's halftime. Anybody? Mitch, you said, would you like your halftime Colts?
That Colts, that freaking coach. They should be up like 20 to nothing in this game. They dropped a touchdown pass. Guy was wide open. He was held, but still it hit him in the hands and he could have caught it. And Mac Jones is just cowering in the middle of that with the defensive line surge that the Colts are putting with Buckner, who's 94, man. I'll tell you what, he's in the backfield all freaking game. Him and Buckner just got that middle push going, and that's where Mac Jones just cannot handle it. The Pats are DEAD, dead. Just lay it big on the Colts here. Second half, and Taylor also running at will.
Brian, you got any second half look for us?
Well, I don't mean to be the opposite of Mitch, but I would probably lean to the Patriots in the second half.
I know, because you're not good at second half betting.
I'm not.
It's okay.
Jovan, Patriots, Colts, anything here? Second half?
I really don't want to touch this damn thing.
I feel you.
Because the whole thing about it is both teams should have more points on the board than what they have. Especially the Colts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those games that are hard to watch. Mac Jones, he's a straight bum. I say it every week. Crybaby Jones, he's really the, and there's a lot of apologists for this guy, but when you're the quarterback, you take most of the accolades and you take the blame, and the blame's on him as far as I'm concerned. The Patriots have been in games And it's been his interceptions, or untimely interceptions at that have cost this team games. You know, they should at least be 4-5 and not 2-7 at this point. So yeah, that's based on his play. So
how many sacks is there so far? I know there's at least a couple, at least 2 I saw.
What you like second half?
Man, this was a tough game, ugly game from the beginning. I lean to the Colts. They do have the better team, but it's still just hard for me to go against Belichick, even with bad teams, especially at home. Things tend to go their way, regardless of how shitty their teams have been. But and Colts will find a way to mess up a good win for you. They've done it throughout the years, a long time. And I like Minshew. I like what they got. They're clearly the better team, but this is one of them funky games that I just stayed away from in general. But I would lean Colts second half.
Colts have 5 sacks already. It's that Ode Bingo must be that 94. He's got 3 of them himself. And Lewis and Pay each have 1. And that means Buckner's due for at least 2. So, I mean, this is sack fest.
For me, I'm a lean Colts as well. I'm not playing the game. I didn't play the game in the first time, and I'm not playing the second half here. I would lean towards the Colts though. I left this game alone. I did.
That Colts.
Yeah, that Colts. And then it's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones 10 of 11 passing in the first half.
Yeah, but he got sacked 5 times, Brian. That's what you keep omitting.
And I think that
you just think that like passing statistics like that matter when you get sacked 5 times.
I'm just saying Colts find ways not to cover games. Colts find ways to screw up covers.
What you thinking here, Eric?
See that.
Same thing I gave you last week. Every time they shade a favorite on the total, you fade it. It's been working out pretty good. So you have under 20 minus 20, and then you have over 20 even. And you look at the original opening number, which was 42.5. You just go over. You just go over 20 even money from a value trading place.
Fucking coach! I just knew we were gonna win. It's gonna be the worst beat I've ever had.
I'm rolling. If you have to play the play, over 20 because you're getting under 3 touchdowns and you're not laying vig. That's like the perfect setup.
I have you on the screen already.
Oh, it's 3-0 in the second half.
There you go. I have you on the screen already. You said you wanted to come back for this game. We are to it now. We got the Giants and them boys, man. My team laying the biggest number of the year, 17. I know, man. Laying huge numbers in the NFL is not a great idea, man. Tell me what you think here.
I mean, this is what scares me about this game. Every dollar is coming in on the dirty dog because it's Mitch, I'm sure knows, he sees all the metrics on all his tools. Everybody's betting the Giants. And it's just one of those things where, it's a lot of points till it's not a lot of points. Nobody's going to be surprised if it's 55-10, right? So, I mean, the contrarian side in this game is very weird. The contrarian side is to actually bet the favorite. Normally, the contrarian side is to bet the dog. Now, the contrarian side is to actually lay the favorite. So, I mean, I don't personally have a play on the game, but if I was forced to play the game, just on that situation alone, I would have to take Dallas. And I do not like laying that kind of wood on a game. I'm curious to see what you guys say, because to me, it just looks like everybody and their mother's just going to take the Giants.
Mitch, let me ask you, what you thinking here with them boys?
One thing we know about the Cowboys, man, no other team in the NFL just loves to run it up like they do, man. They love to run it up in the bad teams. They see that crease. We saw it at the first game between these two teams, man. They had blocked the field goal, ran for a touchdown. They started running downhill. It's 41-0 at halftime. I don't even know what the halftime score was, but it felt like about 41-0. We've seen the Cowboys do this a bunch of times. Now, the thing about the Cowboys also that we need to remember coming into this game is that they're actually the best team in the NFL coming off a game they didn't cover the spread. They are the best bounce back team. It might be in the history of the NFL, but they're heading into a pathy bear trap here. Because, Eric, they're going for number 10 against the number after not covering the spread. I know you hate those 10-game streaks, But I got to say, I think the boys do it here. The Giants are just so freaking bad, man. So bad.
DeVito.
Hey, Jay, what do you think the final score is going to be?
40-0. I think they do it again.
You think you're going to shut him out?
I think so. I think so. I really do. The Giants, remember, the Giants are 2 weeks removed from having -9 passing yards against the Jets. That happened.
The Cowboys have won 11 in a row at home, and on top of it, they're just killers at home, man.
So
let's see.
I think
the total's 38. Okay, so you like the over. You like the over. You said 40.
I think the Cowboys get them themselves.
40-0. Yeah.
I think the Cowboys get there themselves.
Yeah, I do. All honesty.
I like the defensive score in this game again. Like last game.
Too.
I like it again. And a special team score.
Turpin might do it too. Devon, what you thinking here?
Sheesh. As a rule, I don't lay big points like this. That's one of the keys, to being a successful NFL handicapper. There are exceptions. Is this one of them? Maybe, but this is tough for me because if I see this amount of points, I'm going the other way, and I'm trying to find a reason to take the Giants, but it's based on this quarterback and Tommy DeVito. He's not it, So
I actually got
Tommy DeVito or Mac Jones.
Huh? Oh God. Hey, that's tough because at least you haven't seen Tommy DeVito really play, and even last week in garbage time, he put the ball in the air, had 2 interceptions, but it didn't look as bad as Mac Jones is looked in his time as an NFL quarterback. So it's tough for me. I just don't like Mac Jones.
The one thing working in your favor, Jovan, the last time my Cowboys were this big of a favorite, I think we damn near lost outright to the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I remember that game.
So,
yeah, I mean, like I said, hey, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, but gun to my head, man, I might have to be on the G, man, just because they do have Saquon Barkley. They feed him the ball. Let DeVito, dink and dunk, because they damn sure didn't let him throw the ball in that first game, against the Jets. So and last game, not really until garbage time, but 17 points is a little bit too much for my liking. I'm hearing a lot of people, just saying, the Cowboys, every which way but loose. So, I understand, I get it. I was on the Dallas Cowboys game, week 1, but
so. Hey, Jay, let me ask you guys a question, all of you. So if you were going to tease this game, would you tease it up or would you tease it down?
Up.
So that's the pro way, is to go up. A lot of the squares, they'll just tease it down. They'll try to get it to 7, and it's the biggest trap.
I'm already in at a number. Let me see where I'm at. Let me see where I'm at in this game. I know I'm way up on it, so I'm way up.
Mitch, look for that. Wayne, what you thinking?
Man, I'm leaning towards the over. Definitely not touching the side on this one. I don't think Cowboys all the way get it by themselves. Yes, they'll be in the 30s, but I do think Giants muster up enough offense for this one to go slightly over. They traditionally go over. We traditionally see points, no matter how good or bad these teams are. So it's a low total. I know most of the time this will get low totals for a reason, but I'm on the over on this one.
I went to 20 at plus 130. There was no value there at the 20.5. It was like normally I'll go to at least 20.5 or 23.5 or something, but it was like $6 to get there. Right. So it was like 130 and 136. I just took the 20. So because I think Jay's right. I think it's gonna be 35-40, but it's like at 20, and it's like when you tease up, you gotta remember you eliminate the juice on that too. So it's like, why not? I'm here anyway. I'm here to bet, man. And no one ever accused me of being a small bettor. So that's for sure.
Hey, props for this one. I like Ferguson anytime touchdown. The tight end, he's really improved as the weeks have gone on. Turpin probably get in there. I kind of like the defensive touchdown. Like Mitch said, Bland has more touchdowns than some receivers have for the entire season. Defensive back for the Cowboys. And then CeeDee Lamb's low-key been on a tear as well. So, I mean, those are three guys or three little props I would look at in this game. Anything else? Eric, tell us about the Dime Club before I let you go.
Well, and I do want to break down that Sunday night game if you want to bring me back also. Yes, guys, you want to hit me up at 775-636-7676. You get access to all my syndicate plays. As Mitch knows, he's on my Telegram channel. Yesterday was a perfect example. I had 4 plays in the early afternoon yesterday, and then around 6 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time, I got 2 additional plays, hit both of those late night plays for 10:30 West Coast games. Unfortunately, with the Dime Club, it's not like the premium plays. I cannot put these plays on the website early. So this is more late information throughout the day. And it's just how we roll in real time as we play.
Eric, explain the notifications when you're putting in picks late, that how they're notified that the picks are coming in immediately. So it's not like that to keep checking back or whatever.
Right.
There's a notification system.
So we use the Telegram app. It's a free app. Anybody can download it on a Google or Android device. You just have to make sure in your settings on your phone that your alerts are on. It's no different than getting a text message. I personally cannot message 100 plus people simultaneously. So what we do is we have these groups where we put you in the group. It's not a chat. A lot of people ask me if they can communicate with other members. They cannot. It's just a one-way source of flow of information. So when I come late and I hit that under 78, whatever that game was last night, there was some crazy total. I just throw it out late, boom. And when I say late, you have a 2-hour window. But again, in the perfect world, it's nice and neat to wrap it up in a bow, bet it and forget it, bet all your games and be done. Unfortunately, that's not the world of a professional betting syndicate. As you know, Mitch, you've done the videos with Micah and Dave. They're literally sitting in front of the computers all day long, adding value bets.
I believe I'll have this week. I believe I have Dave Miller and Ant.
Yes.
Wow. So it's going to be like.
And he doesn't come on many shows, so that's exclusive.
No, he's stoked to work with us. Ant used to be the odds maker at BetChris and at Pinnacle, two of the sharpest books out there. So this guy's just super duper sharp and explain to you how you find that value in the lines. And I'll tell you, it might not even be in the sports you're looking for. He does soccer, tennis, everything. Exactly. He does not care. It's like, hey, you want to go fishing? No, I want to bet. That's what he says to me.
Exactly. And that's like and that's the whole thing. Like I'm staring at these screens all day long, just looking at line moves and steam and money move. And again, you know this, Mitch. Everybody thinks that because they have these fake, I don't want to say fake, but you can go to many sites and see supposed public money versus
those come from super obscure offshore books. I know the company that supplies the data for those apps. It's called Sports Data IO. You can look at exactly the books that they use to populate that data, and it's just two obscure offshore books.
And I know guys that get slaughtered doing that, thinking they're following the smart money, and I'm like, nah, it doesn't work that way in the real world.
All right, appreciate you, Eric, and we'll see you soon in a second.
All right, you got it.
Patriots moving the ball here.
Let's keep it rolling. We got the Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks up next. Commanders getting 6 out on the road in Seattle. Hey, it's another week. It's another opportunity for me to fade Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. Man, they got their doors blown off last week. They're a fraud. They're not as good as advertised. I've been yelling that from the mountaintops all year. And what they have done, though, is I'll give them a little credit. They have smashed up on the bad teams. They have done that. And the Commanders kind of fit that mold, but I don't see that happening today. I think the Commanders have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. I think we saw Seattle be exposed last week, and I don't know if they necessarily fixed the problems in a bounce back spot at home. I know it kind of looks like it. I'm not ready to lay 6 with them. If anything, they win the game late, 27-24 type ball game. I love the points in my back pocket with the Commanders. We've seen them compete with better all season long. I think they compete here in this one, and they might win this game outright. Might be a sneaky spot to take a money line dog. Give me the Commanders plus the points here, Mitch.
The thing is, I do like the Commanders, and I do like a lot of their players. I think they're just, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get a lot of notoriety. But I think like if McLaurin was on the Eagles or something, everyone would be like gushing over this guy. I mean, he's on the Commanders and he's putting up numbers. I mean, how many quarterbacks has this guy had to play with over the last 3 years? he's just a star. And I think Robinson out at Alabama, the running back, I mean, just a beast. And I think the issue that they have here, though, is, going to Seattle and, tough building. Yeah, you're right. Seattle's not going to be perfect every single week, but when they're on, they're on. And I think in a game like the Ravens, they were overmatched, but I don't think they're overmatched by the Commanders. And I think they're going to get some in this game. It's a lean to Seattle in the 12th, man.
Fair enough. Brian B., what you doing here?
I'm going to lean to the under here. 4 of the last 5 games for Seattle, I believe, going under. 3 of the last 4 for Washington. Washington's no offensive juggernaut. I think it's going to be low scoring.
Jovan.
Wait, Mac Jones just got sacked again, and it's it's the same guy, but so did they call him down? I don't know. I want to see a double-digit sack total in this game. It's something.
About to be 7-6 here.
Dude's a bum.
I got Colts straight up on the money line, so it don't matter.
Can't believe how much of a bum this guy is.
Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Or me? Could be both.
Hey, whatever.
But
just look at the stuff.
No, actually, Brian, it's 7-3. You're a guy just shankopotamus there. So,
oh well,
damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways,
when it's bad, man.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Anyways, Mac Jones. It's weird because I really thought that he would be good, better than this. Hasn't been dealt the best hand. But
I don't make those excuses. I don't make those excuses for this guy.
No, I think in a West Coast offense, like Brock Purdy operates, he might be okay. But actually, I just don't think he's got it. I think he's really good when he has a bunch of first-round NFL talent playing against Vandy. I think that's when he's good.
That was in college. He's a guy that doesn't make rapid decisions in the pocket, and it starts there. You know what I'm saying? And then he does the inexplicable thing, which is, and you just saw it on the third down. Throws the ball up for grabs. He's going down. Either throw the ball before you get touched, before you get gone pulled down, or you eat the sack. This guy, he wants to dance around and then just fling the ball. I saw that with Drew Bledsoe back in the day, but at least with Drew Bledsoe, he had real talent. This guy.
But Drew Bledsoe could throw the deep ball, man.
Right, he could throw it anywhere you want on the field.
Ben Coates and Drew Bledsoe were a pretty good combination, man, back in the day.
Yeah, no, it was, but I'm just saying, he'll risk it like this, and he doesn't have the talent to do it. He doesn't have the arm talent. He doesn't have the athleticism to do it, and he tried to scramble as if he's Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. That you saw it in the Dallas game. You see it in numerous games. He should be benched, but I think that Bill Belichick, his hands are tied with this kid, and I think it's a mandate from Robert Kraft to keep him on the field.
So that's what a quarterback that hasn't really been mentioned for the NFL draft, like Caleb Williams has been spouted around, is Bo Nix, man, who's kind of found himself, after transferring to Oregon. He's got a cannon arm. We see him firing it around. He's got those leadership. I don't know, man. 4-year starter. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, nowadays his type of game, it translates more in the NFL, but I wouldn't want him. There's better quarterbacks coming out of this draft.
I think Bo Nix, I like those 4-year starters, man. That was always a Bill Parcells thing. He would not draft a quarterback unless he was a 4-year starter. And Bo Nix is a 4-year starter. I think he's got it. He's figured it out.
What you thinking here, Commander Seahawks, Jovan?
Oh, Commander Seahawks. What a game. Coming off that blowout loss, I would lean Seahawks, just on the strength for that. But, Geno Smith, he has to take care of the ball, and he hasn't been. So
that's like asking Mac Jones to take care of the ball. That's like asking Josh Allen to take care of the ball. You wishing on something that ain't gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But hey, he has the talent around him to get the job done. And it's just can he secure the ball and not give it to the other team? So I lean Seahawks. They got a good enough defense to hold the Commanders down.
I'm looking for little Sam Howell to come out here and dice these boys up today. Come on, let's do it. Wayne, I know you on Team Commanders. I know you are.
Yeah, I am definitely after how the Seahawks played last week, and I know a lot of people are going to talk about this home field advantage, but these offenses match up pretty well. If I had to lean towards the offense right now, I'm leaning towards Commanders, even with Seahawks just haven't been able to establish the run, and that's one thing I like to see in the team. Commanders haven't been that strong either, maybe middle of the pack, but they've been establishing it more than the Seahawks. And as far as the defense goes, definitely edging Washington as well. Even trading away those guys, they look solid. I do wish they still had those extra defensive pieces, but they're stacked. That's why you can trade away guys like that. Seahawks defense, like you said, Jay, they're just this team gets more advertisement than how they play, even though they have the record they have. And I'll take Commanders with them 6 points all day in a situation like this.
I'm on the Colts, and I think that was a horrible, unnecessary roughness call, man. That's football, man. That's football. I'm on the Colts, and I'm telling you, the refereeing this year is just pathetic, man.
Trash.
This is a contact sport, man. Meanwhile, the guy, he doesn't hit him, and the guy spins around and takes it all the way to the house. And it's like, what are you supposed to do? Not tackle him? He caught him with the shoulder, high on shoulder, is what it looked like to me. And even if he didn't, so what, man?
All right.
I don't know, man. I'm on the Colts. I'm disgusted by it, man.
Last NFL game of the week. We made it to the end. We got the Jets, and we're going to do NBA. But we got Jets and the Raiders. I believe this line is flipped. Is it right? Is it correct on the screen? Yes, it is. The Jets are favored here. Short, sweet, simple. I don't know how the hell the Jets are favored here. I'm loving what I saw last week from the Raiders. The vibes were at an all-time high. The guys really seem to respond to play for their coach. They're at home. The Jets have not looked good now in back-to-back weeks. I think the Raiders have the more talent, and I think the Raiders get this one done at the crib. I'm taking Las Vegas. Mitch?
I think I might. I definitely like the Raiders over the Jets. I mean, I don't even understand why the Jets are favored against a professional team. I also don't understand why we're watching the Jets again in prime time. And I'm offended by it. I mean, enough with the New York teams. It's enough.
You got a point.
You do got a point.
Brian. They were in primetime last week against the Chargers. And now they're primetime again. We saw the Giants how many times already this season against the Cowboys, that opening night game. Oh, man. And then we saw the Giants a bunch of other times. Tyrod Taylor. We've seen every Giant quarterback in primetime this season.
On paper, they always look good at the beginning of the season, but they never pan out.
Yeah, when there's
like,
0-0.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the highlight of their season. Until that first field goal attempt in the first game, they looked really good until that point.
By mid-season, it's like, why are these guys the main games? It's like
they were almost up 3-0.
Hey, no,
blocked in return for a touchdown.
I thought this was hilarious. The Fox America's game of the week is Cowboys Giants. Like, come on now.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is.
17-point line.
Of course it is.
It's disgusting. Brian.
17.5. Well, for me, if Captain Obvious had a total today, he would take the under, and I think that's what I'm going to go with here. 3 straight unders from the Jets, 6-7 for the Raiders. I just don't see how a lot of points are going to get scored here. Raiders quarterback, what is it, Aiden O'Connell? If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but I just don't see many points getting scored today.
Eric, you're muted.
To answer Mitch's question first about the scheduled programming, currently right now $41 million has been wagered in the state of New York in the last 30 days. 35 million has been wagered in Nevada. So basically, and then 41 million has been wagered in New Jersey. So between New Jersey and New York, you've had $76 million wagered in the last 30 days. And in Nevada, you've had $35 million wagered at the sports books legally. So basically, New Jersey and New York just swallow all of the rest of the country. And that's why they just continue to put these garbage New York teams on TV. Because all the bettors live in New York or New Jersey. if outside of New York and New Jersey, it's like 2% of the wagering dollars. But back to what you guys said,
I might know those two people in that 2%.
Exactly. But back to what you guys said, this is again another. My son is a line maker. He made this line 9. I got respected guys that have made it 8 on Oakland. But my business partner in the back, who's 68 years old, has been doing this for 40 years. He always says he takes the counter position, which is if it's too good to be true, it usually is. And he'll say the line makers know something, which is why the Jets are -1. So he always says, like, don't overthink it. There's a reason why they made the Jets 1 for a reason. And then you're trying to be contrarian. So me and him will have this battle in the office all day long, obviously till 8 o'clock, and we'll bet on dinner. But I agree with, like, Oakland should be the favorite, but they're not. And the question is, why aren't they? Why'd the line move? Was it smart money? Back to me and Mitch talking about smart money versus public money. Who moved that line? It wasn't the public that moved the line. So that means there's some big betting syndicates that bet the Jets.
Crazy people, in my opinion. Jovan, what do you think here?
I'm thinking that, with this total, as much as I want to take the over, I stick with the under. I think the best way to go with this one is live bet the total. But I'll stick with the under just because the Jets, they really have no offense to speak of, even though they did move the ball last week against the Chargers
and scored 6 points.
But they still moved the ball. Whether they got into the end zone or not is another thing entirely. They did move the ball, not a whole lot, but they did move it. But anyway, like I said, I'm going with the under because somehow, some way Zach Wilson's gonna mess up the game, even if he is moving the ball. And on the other side, what can you expect from Aiden O'Connell, in key passing downs? You know what I'm saying, against this defense, this pass rush and this secondary. So I'll stick with the under.
Let me ask you guys something regarding the unders on Jovan. How is it that every game goes under? Do you guys know what the record is in the NFL and the unders this season? It is literally stunning.
Stunning. In a second from our betting tools at Sports Chat.
Look it up, Mitch. But then you should be retired. Right? Then you should have already been retired.
Hey, listen, but here's the thing about it. It's going under. Like, these games are staying under so much.
Unbelievable.
That I want the overs to pop, and they should be popping. If you watch you're not a game watcher, but if you watch these games, these guys are moving. These teams are moving the ball, but then something inexplicable happens, like an interception, a fumble, or an official call. An official's call or mess up a total or a side like nobody's business. You've seen that within like the last 10 years. I mean, you've seen that in throughout the history of sports, but these calls by these officials, it changes games.
Did you watch the Bears? Did you watch the Bears game? I actually had the over in the Bears game on Thursday.
Listen, I had the over too. I fell asleep on it, but I had the over.
So was that a game where
16-10?
Somebody was telling me like it was just atrocious.
Only 7 teams have gone over more than under this season.
Is that crazy? But did you see the whole entire record of unders versus overs? If you just bet every game under so far this season, you're 84-52.
Especially if you bet the Giants, man.
You're up 32 games if you just bet the under. It's ridiculous.
If you bet the Giants, you're up 7 games.
Amazing.
To me, a lot of these overs are based off the advanced way that the passing has been in the NFL, and I'm not running the ball, but we have quarterbacks who can't pass right now, whether it be the veterans or the rookies. None of these guys have been just breaking the top off with passing. A lot of injured receivers, so I feel like a lot of injuries is affecting these games from injuries, like Jovan said, reffing, but pretty much not elite passing. With these high totals is affecting it from going over like it traditionally has been.
Well, what's crazy is we're exactly 50% through the season and should revert back where at the end of the season, normally it would be 50-50. Because when you look at the point spreads right now, I did this on my YouTube video last night, guys. If you bet every favorite in the NFL, you're 67, 61, and 9, which means that you won. If you were betting a diamond game, you won 67,000, but the 61 losses at 10 cents, you lost 67-1. So you're down 100 up 6 games. So on the point spread, they are right on the number. They, like literally 50%. They just can't get it right on the totals. So I was joking with Costi, and I said, I'm going to start betting every game over the total. But now after that, and I started on Thursday night in my personal account, we all saw how that went. And we see how the over's looking in this Colts game. So now I'm 0-2 to start the week.
Fair enough. That's all the NFL action, man. So we just covered the NFL extensively. Now, switch gears. Let's keep it rolling. Longer show, man, but we love it. Appreciate everybody.
Patriots going in for a score soon.
Okay. Okay.
We got a game in the NBA starting here in about 30 minutes. It's the Hornets and the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. Knicks line now, I'm seeing this line gone up a bit. Now 10, I'm seeing some 10.5s pop up. I would actually grab the points with the Hornets in this one, me personally. It's not one of my favorite games, and I know the Knicks have won back-to-back games dominantly, but the Hornets have actually played some pretty decent basketball on the road.
How is that not holding? I mean, he's got him in arm bar. I mean, how is that not holding?
You know, they've played 4 of their last 5 out on the road, and none of those have they beaten by double digits. You know, they just won their last one out there. I kind of like the double-digit points in my back pocket. Mitch?
The Knicks have the Celtics tomorrow on the road, and I think that they're going to probably take their foot off the gas in this one. I like the Knicks to win, but in the 4 to 5 range.
Brian?
I agree with you guys. I'm going to take the Hornets plus the points. They haven't been too bad over the last 10 covering the number.
Jovan?
This is an underplay for me. You know, Knicks play hard-nosed defense, and you know, this being a matinee game, you know, Sunday afternoon or Sunday high noon, you know, tip off. Yeah, I'm gonna take the under. Think this stays low, and this total did drop down from its opening, you know, quite a few points. So that might tell you something.
And Wayne?
I'm with you on the Hornets with the spread. Yeah, they match up well with the Knicks. It's got backdoor written all over it. They can score with the Knicks. It'll just be their bench keeping up with the Knicks' bench, but I think they'll be all right today. Like Mitch said, good look ahead spot.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Next game up. We're heading out to, what time is this game? This game is at 3 Eastern time. We got the Wizards and the Nets. Nets laying 7 at the crib, and this one I'll start at the back. Wayne?
Man, Nets been proved me wrong. I definitely thought this was just like a mismatch lineup as far as like the guys they have starting, but they've been playing well together. This Cam Thompson injury, it's a lot of offense they'll be missing. And one thing the Wizards can do is score. I'm still waiting on the Nets to fall off in my mind, like I've had them at the beginning of the season. So I'm staying with the Wizards in this one. I'm taking the 7 points in the game where I feel like Nets won't be able to stop Wizards long term in here.
Jovan?
Yeah, I'm on the Wizards in this one. This is too many points for the Nets to lay. You know, no Cam Thomas. You know, that hurts on the offensive side, but I don't think the Brooklyn Nets, as far as a collective defensively, can get it done against what this bad Wizards team you know, puts out offensively, even though they're gonna give up a lot of points themselves. So yeah, give me the Wizards.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with Jovan here. The Nets are 7-2 and 1 over the last 10 against the spread, but this is slightly too many points for them to lay. I see them winning by 3-4 points. I just think if you're getting 7.5, you take the Wizards.
Mitch?
Nets are playing a lot of players right now. It's like everybody's getting, you know, small minutes, and you know, keeps them fresh. But then at the same time, you don't get anybody that kind of takes over and puts it, you know, gets their groove on. So I don't know. Lonnie Walker, nice game last time out. I'm on the fence here because I've been roasted on the Wizards every which way. And of course, it's the Brooklyn Nets of all teams. So probably going to go to the over.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you guys have said. Like Mitch said, and I said this on the gym session, betting the Wizards is not fun. It's just not fun. They're a stressful team to bet on. The problem is I don't want to lay 7 with the Nets either. The Nets have been a cover machine. We've already made a ton of money betting the Nets this season, but it's mainly as underdogs. Where the hell did this 7-point line come from? Like, I get it, but I think like Jovan said, missing Cam Thomas, that's 30 points they're missing right there. Cam is averaging 30, a 30 ball. I don't know, man. The Wizards are a make or miss team. I know that sounds cliche, but they are. When they're on, they can win and cover. When they're off, they're going to shoot themselves out the game. I don't know if the Nets defense necessarily makes them shoot themselves at the game. I think it's a lot of points. I kind of want them in my back pocket. I'm going to lean Washington here in that one. Next game up, Grizzlies, Clippers, straight pass for me. I didn't pass in no other game today. I'm passing in this damn thing. Here's why. The Clippers, y'all know me. I want to fade these guys every single game they play. I think 8.5 is too many. But in that exact same breath, the Grizzlies were terrible out on the road last season. They were the second worst road ATS team in the NBA. They've been terrible to begin this year, and I've been fading them boys in the same capacity. So I can't fade them both here today. So I'm going to leave it alone. That's my thoughts here. If I were to play it, though, I'd much rather have the points in my back pocket. Laying 8.5 with the Clippers, stop it. Stop it. They've yet to win a game with James Harden. Now you want me to lay 8.5? Can't do it. But I'm not betting it. Mitch?
I'm going to take the Clippers here and lay the points in what's probably a feel-good spot for the Clippers. There's a great way to end losing streaks and things like that, and that's called playing the Grizzlies. I just don't like what the Grizzlies have at the top end of the roster here, and I think, like we talked about in the morning show, I think when you're looking at Bane as your go-to guy here, and then you look at, Harden, Kawhi, and, Paul George, and, Russ is almost like the forgotten man here. I always, I've gone back and forth on Russ throughout his career, and also when he was drafted, right? When he was drafted, I said this guy is the biggest waste of a pick, right? I said it at the time, and my reasoning was he doesn't really play any specific position, and that was kind of my knock on him. But, as he's played in the NBA, it's like, man, he's put up points. He's had a real productive career and all of those things that I was just dead wrong about. But here he is on a team of stars, and it's kind of coming back again. It's like that same question. What position does he play? And it's like he's got it. When you have this many guys and just one ball, he's got to play a position. You got to pick it and you got to play it and just got to suck it up and take it for the team. So I don't know. I think the Clippers work around it and somebody else steps up. I'm going to take the Clippers.
Brian.
I'm going to Ruffolo this one. I'm passing.
Yeah, it's one of those games, man. It is. I don't blame you. Jovan.
Yeah, I think this is what's going to happen in this game. Clippers going to have a big lead, and then it's going to whittle away in the fourth quarter, and you're going to get a backdoor cover from the Grizzlies. That's what I think is going to happen. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies. They've been playing. They've been losing. Don't get me wrong, but the last 4 or 5 games, they've been competitive. Let's just say that. And 8.5 points is still 8.5 points. So it's still 4 possessions.
Coach Taylor Jenkins went absolutely off after the game last game on the refs, on saying how his guys are competing. They're not giving them a chance. We'll see. I'm not betting it.
Yeah, you might see some calls their way.
You might.
And the fact of the matter is, with James Harden, this team they don't have the Clippers team don't have a chemistry. It really is because to Mitch's point, Russell Westbrook, he was doing it. He has been playing well ever since he's been with the Clippers. With the Lakers, it was a shit show. But since he's been with the Clippers, he found his niche. He's been playing hard. He's a high energy guy. He's always been a high energy guy. And now
I like Russ. I like Russ. Don't get me wrong. I don't see where he fits.
With James Harden on the court, yeah, he doesn't fit. It's like he's the odd man out. But you know what you're gonna get with James Harden. You're gonna get the James Harden. Let me not go on the filibuster with him. You know, I wouldn't have made the move.
Oh,
Let's just say,
days,
let's
man.
just
We got time.
let's just listen. Now, but let's just you know, they shouldn't have made the move. That's all I'm saying. You know, because they had a nice little thing going, and you seen they're 0-3 with James Harden on the court. It's gonna take some time to for everything to mesh, and someone's gonna be the odd man out, and I think it's Russell Westbrook. You know, so it's gonna affect his play because he plays a certain way.
I think Harden's there to be the guy when Kawhi's not in, and and it's like that they have another guy, that can be the guy. That's all it is.
He likes being in the strip clubs too much for him to be the guy.
Yep. I think Ruffolo hit the nail on the head the other day. I got to give him credit, man. Too many chefs in the goddamn kitchen. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. It's one ball, not enough to go around. I can't do it. Can't do it. Wayne, you laying in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, man, because I damn sure ain't taking no points with those Grizzlies, man. Just way too many injuries.
I understand both sides. Like I hear both. I've been fading both.
Way too many injuries, and Bane a hell of a player, but he can't do it by himself. Jackson contributes none on offensively, just all defensively. On the other side, yeah, they're gonna have to do something with Russ. I think he'll be coming off the bench eventually. Definitely if they can't get it right in a game in spots like these against teams that have to win, because Harden has been playing well as a point guard, and they'll need a legit shooting guard because Russ is not really. He's hardly a point guard, so he's damn sure not gonna be a shooting guard for this team. But they got enough talent to win and cover this one at home, man. Grizzlies just a shit show right now.
They both are. All right. Next game up, man. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. We got the Pacers and the Sixers. I'll start this one off, man. Hey, fading the Sixers is not fun either, man, but I do think it's the right play. I do, man. The Pacers, hey, man, they're one of my teams this year. They are 6-3 straight up. Like, they're one of them teams flying under the radar, man. I love me some Tyrese Halliburton. This Pacers team can run and gun with the best teams in the league. This line is now up to 7.5 now. But I think they can run and gun here with Philly. I think it's a pretty bad spot for Philly. They had a little homestand going, then they traveled out to Detroit, was losing most of that game to Detroit. Like through 3 quarters, they were down that game. Did win it in the end, failed to cover for the first time this year. Traveled back home, just a weird spot for them. I think the Pacers keep this close. I actually think the Pacers have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. The Pacers can run and gun with the best teams in the league. One of the best offensive teams in the league. One of the best first quarter scoring teams in the league. I like them first quarter as well. I like the Pacers plus points in this one. Mitch?
I just like the way the Sixers are playing, and I just like that. I just like how tough they are. I just think that they're a tough bunch, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Oubre back in next week, man. That's how tough these guys are, and I certainly wish them a speedy recovery. That's just one of the weirdest stories, right, that you ever hear. But I don't know, man. I just like the way the Sixers are playing. Pacers are my guys. Everyone knows that, but I also lost by 55 having the Pacers one game this year too. So I'm kind of
that was without Halliburton, without the motor, the engine, the tires, the windshield.
Yeah, he's worth 55.
Yes, yes,
55 points, man. I haven't had an ass kicking like that since the Clippers game.
Hey,
it felt just like it too. It was just like I'm helpless.
I've said this now for 2 years. The most important player to any team in the NBA is Tyrese Halliburton, and it's insane. It is insane. He is the most valuable player to any team in the NBA. This team is night and day without him. I'm talking about night and day. Like it's not even a second option close. Maybe
Jimmy Butler is pretty close.
But see, you saw them.
Luka and Jokic pretty close.
You saw them still get a W.
Jokic is pretty close.
Luka's pretty close. But I think it's them. It's them, So I don't know. We'll see. Brian, you got any thoughts here?
In this one, the Sixers perfect 5-0 against the spread, but the Pacers have had the Sixers number recently. They've covered 6 of the last 8 against the Sixers. Always play them tough. I'll take the points with the Pacers.
So yeah, that's a weird stat. They've covered 6 of 8, but I think the Sixers have won like 9 straight or some shit like that.
Yeah, we don't care.
I
who
love the
wins game.
Pacers.
We only
Believe me,
care
I
who covers.
shamelessly took them in that game, and I had the thing about that 55-point loss. I had them on the money line that game against the Celtics.
No Halliburton. That was you just hating on the Celtics. That's
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was, but
Jovan, what you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the Patriots suck, but
we
yeah.
said
Now I'm on the Sixers in this one. You know, the thing about the Pacers is they just don't play any defense, and you know what the Sixers are gonna do. You know, they're gonna man up. They're gonna cause the Pacers miss some shots, and they're gonna go on their run. You know, and they're gonna run away and hide from the Pacers. So that's what I think is gonna happen today in this one. So give me the Sixers.
They went on that run against the Pistons last game, and then they gave up a run because they were losing that entire game against the Detroit Pistons. They were down that whole game. That was my play of the day, so I watched that entire game. They were down that whole game. Then, like Jovan said, they went on a monster run. I want to say late third into the fourth, had like a 15-point, 16-point lead. I thought I was dead in the water, and then they low-key gave it back up and won the game by 8, which, depending on the number you got, was a push or a non-cover. The closing line was like 9.5, so it was a non-cover. But hey, there is some validity to that. They do go on that late game run. Them Sixers do. They got the MVP of the league right now, Joel Embiid. He's playing well too. Wayne, what you think here?
I'm riding with the Sixers, man. I just don't see nobody stopping Embiid.
Man,
I like the way they're playing. They're playing throughout him, but still getting the ball to the shooters. Pacers are a strong team, but they're still one of those teams that are young and out of nowhere on the road. You'll see them lose by 15, 20, like y'all mentioned. So I like just the way that the Sixers have been playing. I like their defense, and I think that they have the best player on the court. And for Halliburton, solid, but Tyrese Maxey, he's a solid point guard. He's definitely going to have a lot to deal with defensively. That's if he wants to play defense tonight. So
I like Maxey.
Sixers.
I like Maxey. Maxey's from the town over from me, like not the city. You know, I stay in Dallas, but he's from the town over. Like I love me.
So Jay will take the Pacers, but then all the over props on Maxey.
I like Maxey.
Nah, good point guard.
But I'm rocking my guy Halliburton, man. Last game, man, he just bink, step back for the game. Halliburton. Next game up, Pistons, Bulls. I'm taking the points with the Pistons. I'm not laying 7.5 with the Bulls. The Bulls have burnt money all season. The Bulls are not good. The Bulls are liable to lose this game outright. Wayne, is Duren playing? I don't remember.
He I would like it more if he was playing, but nah, he's not. He's out. Yeah, they got some good big men to replace him, but nobody's balling like Duren as far as just the aggressiveness and the rebound. He's getting like 15 rebounds a game.
Yeah, I would go money line if Duren was playing. Without Duren, I'm still taking the Pistons though. The Chicago should not be laying 7.5 on anybody. We've already seen the Pistons beat them once this season too. That game was in Detroit. They smoked them low key. It was 118-102. I think they could do it again here. I'm grabbing the points with Detroit. Mitch?
I like the Pistons as well. I'm anti-Bulls as much as the next guy, and they have a back-to-back as well going to Milwaukee tomorrow. And, the thing is the Bulls had a big run against the Pistons, but the Pistons, they got the better of it last time. And I don't know. As long as James Wiseman doesn't get significant minutes, I think I like the Pistons in this.
I think you're in luck. I doubt he comes off the bench much. He hasn't.
Probably go
I really don't enjoy
Bagley.
Yeah, probably Bagley.
Stewart. Yeah.
I got to change the channel when I see him over by the score table.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Brian.
Yeah, if you had a gun to my head and I had to pick this game, I'd probably take the Chicago Bulls, lay the points. Both these teams aren't great cover teams ATS-wise, but Bulls, I think, have covered 7 last 10 against the Pistons. And I think the number's high for a reason. I'll just lay a little bit on the Bulls.
Javon.
I'm on the under in this one. Just for what these two teams do. I see a lot of missed shots in this one. I don't see one of those games where both teams are going back and forth, up and down transition points. Transition points. I don't see that. I see this being a slower paced game in certain spots. Detroit Pistons, they do have the younger team, and the Bulls don't want to go up and down the court with these guys. So I see an under in this one.
Under.
I mean, who's going to step it up for the Bulls? Like who's going to step it up? It's like they had 2 guys, maybe 3. It's like who's going to be the guy? The Pistons. I see a whole roster full of guys that could blossom.
They got 2
The
guys.
Bull,
In my opinion, they got 1 and 2 halves. They got DeMar DeRozan, and they got half of Levine, half of Vooch. So it make 1, and it's not enough.
Crazy. I get you got to give Levine a full player, but I'm with you with Vooch. Vooch is halfway in, halfway out. You never know.
I don't like Levine. I'm
He's cold. I bet you they could trade him, man, and get a full player for him.
Bulls got to say something about this drafting, though. They've done a horrible job drafting guys around them. They believed in Patrick Williams. There were some good guys that they could have got over him, and he's done nothing. He's on his.
How about this kid Cunningham, man, on the Pistons? How about this guy?
That's my guy from my city too. He's from the city too.
Man, that guy's going to be really good. If he was on the Celtics or the Lakers, it'd be like, oh my God,
Dallas breed them hoopers, man. I'm trying to tell you, love hoops out here. Next up, can't wait to watch this one, man. We got the Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Believe it or not, the Rockets are going for their 6th straight win. Ooh, shit. With the defending champs rolling in. Wayne, what you think here?
Give me the Nuggets. I know it's a square play, just going with the Nuggets. But until they lose, man, until I see some chinks in their armor, it's just hard to ride with them. I like what the Rockets have been doing. I definitely acknowledge the talents that the Rockets have. They're starting to play well together, but it hasn't been against the greatest competition. Nuggets have this ATS record with some solid teams under it, and 4 points is not a lot. 2 possessions with a team like the Nuggets. I can see the Nuggets winning this one by 8 to 10 easily.
Jovan.
Yeah, I do see a close game, for the most part, but I think that in the end, the Joker and company, they're gonna make too many plays down the stretch in this, and the Nuggets just barely cover this one. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Brian.
Yeah, for me, this is my favorite NBA play on the board. I like the Houston Rockets here plus the points. They're starting to catch fire. They're at home. The Nuggets, this seems like a light line to back them, and they're not the best road team over the years covering spreads. I'll take the Rockets at home plus the points.
No Murray. I knew somebody was going to say it. I knew it.
And must have seen the other 3 guys are stepping in from Murray. The guy's pretty good.
No, the running joke is like everybody just assumes we don't already know these guys are out. Like, they've been out for a minute. Oh well. Mitch, what do you think here?
I bet the Nuggets earlier today on the money line. I got it in about the 165, 170 range, but this thing's creeped up into minus 185, 190, 200. It's too high for me to bet on the money line. So I know they're, like Brian said, they're begging you to take the Nuggets at this number. I mean, they are, but you don't have to beg me all that much. If I'm going to lose it, I go to, and I have this team against the Rockets. You know what? I don't care. I still got my money in good. I'm gonna take it.
I'm gonna be the sharp man with Brian. I'm taking the Rockets. It's not that complicated. It's really not. What do we say about the Nuggets? What do we know? They are the defending champs, and they are hooping 8-1. But what do? They go stupid, dummy, crazy. Where? At the crib in Denver. On the road last year, well, they were 50-50. Not ATS, but straight up. They lost the same amount of games on the road last year as they won.
How many of those were to the Houston Rockets?
This is
the line's moving up.
In
this game, it's not sitting there at 3.5. It's 4.5 with heavy juice. This thing's going 5-6.
Yes, and I to be honest, I like Rockets money line. I think they go for the 6 straight. Rockets are playing well, and I don't think people are watching Rockets basketball. Is pretty much what it boils down to. They're at home too, and these teams that have been at home in these long homestands have hooped. They have hooped. They're shooting on the same rim, the same gym that they've been at. They've been sleeping in the same bed. They're comfortable. And it's a bad spot for the Nuggets with travel. I think this is the one where they drop. I really do. This is the spots the Nuggets drop, and then they go back home and blow out whoever they play next. I got to fade them. It's the right play. I'm taking the Rockets straight up money line and plus the 4.5 at the crib.
I think Russ is headed to Houston. That's where they all go.
Nah.
That's where they all go, man. Three-way trade. They'll get Wiseman also.
He's already been there.
Well, he can go back.
Yeah, he was there with remember when it was Harden and Westbrook over there last time. That was the last time we seen them two together. It didn't work there. Remember, that's when Westbrook was playing center.
Oh man.
Yeah, I remember that, man. That was just a couple years ago. All right, next game up, man. We heading to New Orleans, where my favorite team is taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Favored by 2.5 on the road here in this one. Mitch, what's your thoughts here on the Mavs and the Pelicans? Last time we talked about them, you killed me.
I think I'm going right back on it, man. Rack City, bitch. It's like I love the Mavericks in this one. I don't see it. I'm anti-Pelican, and I have been for quite some time. And the only guy I really liked on the Pelicans, I like Ingram, but I like CJ, but with him not there, they got really have nothing. I'm going to take the Mavs, who are actually being way underestimated this season, man. At 7-2 coming into this game, it's like we're not hearing anything about these guys. Luka putting up 40 a night. It's like we're not hearing anything, man.
I love it, though. I much rather be in this position than to have everybody hyping us. Like, this is the spot I want my teams in. Kind of like my Rangers were in this same similar situation all year.
You didn't bet them the other night with me on the Rack City, man. That was like
the easiest
yes,
I did.
Did you?
I had them.
That was a gift.
It was the gift that keeps on giving. Fading the Clippers. That's what I'm saying, man.
3 bands on that thing.
Brian, what you thinking here? Mavs, Pels.
I hate to go against Mitch here, but I'm probably going to lean towards the Pelicans. Now, Dallas, neither of these teams are great cover teams. It's just this line seems a little bit odd that the Dallas Mavericks are only laying 3.5. I mean, they're the much better team than the Pelicans here. I'll just lean towards New Orleans just for fun.
Brian, let me ask you a question, like a legitimate question. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? I think you leave money on
because
the table.
I learned. I think we heard Eric say
you literally just
talking
said
to his
you
boss.
feel like the Mavs are the better team, and
because my first instinct is usually wrong. I like to go against my first instinct.
But you I think that your public perception is so skewed because Zion Williamson is like the most overrated, overblown player in the last 10 years.
Like, I think this is one where you just don't overcomplicate it. You yourself said you think the Mavs should be a 4 or 5.
I've been burned by the Mavs already a few times this season.
They think Zion Williamson can keep these guys in this game. He's lucky if he finishes the game. I mean,
I just was wondering why you do that. I hear you do that a lot. It's like you second guess. It's
He's
like second guessing yourself. Like,
I mean, yesterday was a good example. You had Boston College at home, and they were getting points, and they had a much better record than Virginia Tech. You saw that game went down. You saw San Jose State at nighttime, much worse record than Fresno State. San Jose took them to the woodshed. It's just one of those games that looks odd to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you see other games that look odd, like Kentucky, Alabama, and they get absolutely shellacked. Or last week, LSU against Alabama. I mean, just an
LSU,
whooping mismatch. I mean,
LSU.
Really
I would bet that again, though.
Yeah, you
LSU
lose your money
-3.
again. Lose your money again.
LSU is the proper play in that position.
The proper play. The proper play is the one that won by 100 points, and that's Alabama. It's how is getting your ass kicked the proper play?
It's not good to lose, but I couldn't take
this.
Alabama. That was -3 Alabama at home. It just seemed like
I love betting against Nick Saban in November. It's really a good strategy. What is he, like 703 in November games against the spread? Boy, I really like my chances in that one. It's like a 1%er. I mean, seriously.
Jovan, Pelicans, Mavs.
Hey, Mac Jones just got a first down. But anyway,
go Patriots.
A first down,
driving,
first
man.
down.
They're driving.
Here comes a touchdown.
On a serious note, you know what? I'm on the Pelicans +3 in the money line. I'm gonna go the other way in this one. I think the Pelicans stack up well as far as matchups against Dallas. It's the Luka show over there in Dallas, but you could catch them slipping on the road. That's one thing. That's one thing that you can count on with the Mavericks. So if Luka ain't popping for 50, then I'm on the Pels.
Fair enough. Wayne?
Man, Jovan just said everything, took everything out of my mouth. I'm on the Pels as well. Just offensively, they're just not going to be able to sustain what they've been doing. They are playing a little bit better defense, but I believe just because McCollum's out, there's a lot of pieces on this Pelican team that people aren't giving credit to. So they're Pelicans feisty team, man, and I definitely think they can get it done at home here.
Shit, man, I ain't liking the vibes down there in New Orleans, man. This team has lost 4 straight. Have gotten their doors blown off in 3 of those 4. Atlanta blew their doors off. The Denver Nuggets blew their doors off. The Timberwolves blew their doors off. They even lost on the road to a Rockets team. The vibes are not high right now. They're severely banged up. Najee Marshall probably won't play. Herbert Jones won't play. McCollum, Alvarado. This team has no true point guard. Nobody to run the offense without C.J. McCollum. Even in the games, they had a huge lead on Denver, still lost the game by 20-plus points. Hey, the Mavs probably going to start slow in this game. They're one of the worst first-quarter teams. And then if they do drop down low, live bet the Mavs. Hey, Luka is playing at an MVP level, and Kyrie is playing well beside him. You don't hear nothing about Kyrie when he hooping.
Nothing, but he's putting up numbers.
You don't hear nothing about Kyrie when he hooping. You know what I mean? Hey, Derek Lively's back. I like what he's doing. The defense is really taking a step forward with my guy Grant over there. It's not the same Mavs team from last year. 2 years removed from the Western Conference Finals. Watch out, man. Watch out. Luka is one of those guys. When you have one of those guys, more often than not, you can get to the promised land. I think the Mavs can and probably will if things break the right way. We'll see. Let's move on.
Oh my God. Oh, my God. That was exactly what Jovan said. That was exactly what Jovan said was going to happen. Oh, my God. What was that? I mean, late over the middle, which is normally not his place. But, yeah. It's like.
Next game up, Mitch, we got your team, the Miami Heat. They out on the road.
Jay, that was a lean to the Mavericks for you? Is that what that was?
Yeah, lean.
Okay, just a slight lean.
We got your team going up against your favorite player, man, Wemby.
I love the Heat in this one. I think Jimmy Butler, though, is questionable in this one, and Harrow's out. So I don't think the Heat need either of those guys to take care of business in this one. I think Butler, obviously I like them better with him. But this is where the Heat get it done in these light number games. The Heat aren't like a team that loses a lot of games. They're a team that just doesn't cover a lot of spreads. They're going to bust them up.
Hawkins looked well yesterday. Your guy playing without Jimmy.
It's just a matter of time, before the Heat gel. I mean, they made it to the NBA Finals last year. They beat the Celtics in Game 7 in Boston. They beat the Bucks 4-1, and I think they could beat both those teams again right now.
Ryan B. Heat, Spurs.
Heat have won 4 in a row, but they are on a back-to-back here. This line makes absolutely no sense. The Spurs favored by 1.5. Even with those injuries, the line doesn't make sense to me. Just a lean to San Antonio here.
Jovan.
Yeah, I'm on over in this one. The San Antonio Spurs defense is just that bad to where the Heat could do whatever they want as far as point scoring. And they bring a defense to the table. So I'm not gonna touch the side on this one, but it's a Heat side. That's what I'm saying, but I'm not gonna touch it. I'd rather touch the over.
Wayne.
Lean towards the Heat. Don't love this game. Definitely with the guys that possibly going to be out. I think Butler was declared out as well. So, but they do have the pieces to still get it done. Definitely makes it a closer game without those Hero and Butler. But a lean Heat. They're favored for a reason on the road here.
It's actually gone the other way. Spurs are favored now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna take the Heat as well with you guys. I don't bet the Heat often. When I bet the Heat, it's in these type situations when they're on the road, small road favorite or small road dog. Like this, the Heat type situations. Y'all know me. I fade the Heat. Sizable home favorites. I'm fading their ass. They're a straight fade. But like Mitch hit the nail on the head. They win games more often than not. They are the better team here, and I think they're getting a little dislooked minus and Jimmy. They're more than just Jimmy. Jimmy is one of those guys, but I I think they're just fine here in this one. Next up, House of Disappointment versus the Golden State Warriors. I haven't been more wrong on any other two teams than these two. I cannot get a grip on these two teams at all this season. Like, whenever I take the Timberwolves, I lose. When I bet the Timberwolves, I lose. When I fade the Warriors, I lose. When I bet the Warriors, I lose. I actually somehow, some way got to the House of Disappointment today, so the Warriors might come out and smoke them at the crib. Not one of my favorite games today, but a small lean to Minnesota. I can't believe I even said that. Mitch.
I really like the Timberwolves, what they're doing over there. I like that they finally just said, Edwards, you're the guy, man. You're the guy. And everybody else kind of just falls into place, and it's working. That being said, man, not betting against Steph at home. I don't care. Light line. I don't care. I'm taking the Warriors, and if I lose, I lose, man. It's one that's worth losing if you're going to lose. As Brian says, it's the proper play to bet on Steph Curry at home is the proper play. I don't care what he says.
Not when it's -2.
Oh, it's so square. They're begging you to take
it
the
is
Warriors.
-2. Mm-hmm. They got their tin cup out for this one, and you're falling right for it. I can't believe it. Don't do it.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
What you like here, Brian? You taking the Warriors?
Of course, no way. He's on the Timberwolves.
Just the lean of the Timberwolves. Timberwolves 0-3 on the road ATS. Golden State 0-3 at home ATS. But head-to-head, I think the Wolves have covered 7 last 10. Line seems a little light. I'll take the Timberwolves here, +2.
I don't like this game. I don't. Javon, do you like it?
No, not really. But I'll take the under. Last 3 matchups all stayed under. Let's go for a 4th.
Shody. Wayne, what you thinking here? Warriors, T-Wolves.
Warriors full health, and we got to take the Warriors at home in this one. Just a bad matchup for these guys too. Timberwolves play better against the traditional teams than the ones that run and gun. These big men are going to be hard to keep up with. Draymond Green in the corner and stuff like that. So, Warriors, just Warriors.
Yeah, not one of my favorite games today for sure. I'm not betting this thing. 2 more games, and then we're done. Two more. Let's go to Phoenix, where we got the Thunder Buddies for life, man, out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Suns are laying 3.5 in this one. Wayne, I'll start with you.
Yeah, but all Phoenix's guys, they're looking like a 500 team. Definitely when they play the middle of the tier and top of the echelon of the league. And I consider OKC middle tier, closer to the top 10 team. And all their guys are playing, looking healthy, shot back. I'm going with the OKC in this one.
Looks like Zappy warming up on the sideline here for the Patriots.
Might should have been made that move.
They might not get the ball back if the Colts get the first down here. It's over.
What are you on, OKC and Phoenix?
Yes, sir.
Man, Bradley Beal's back, huh?
Last time I seen he was game time decision. Let me see. I'm still seeing game time decision. It says he's probable to play though. So yeah.
What about
no Booker?
No Booker.
Booker.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
He's still game time decision, but he's doubtful.
You know what? I'm on the Thunder. You know, this should be a 1-possession game, so it's at 3 right now. +3. I'll take the points. Give me the points.
Bryant.
The Suns at home are covered just 1 out of 4. Anytime you get the Thunder at plus points, you got to at least take a look at it. If you're getting 3.5 over a possession, I think you take Oklahoma City.
Money man Mitch.
Thunder Buddies for life for me. I just think they actually right now are playing as the better team. I think when Bradley Beal really integrates with this team, the Suns are going to be just a different animal the second half of the season. All they got to do is kind of hang in there. Today's NBA, it's like, you know, all you got to do is hang in there and make it to the next season. And I think that the Suns are going to do that. But it's like when you have Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and Booker, it's like, man, those are pretty solid 3.
Man, the Thunder really, I'm talking about, really disappointed me in their last game. Like, I thought that was as good as it got, like, you know. But when you kind of look at it, it was a bad spot after a long homestand out on the road. The Thunder, man, are not that same team out on the road that they are at home. At home, if they were at home at this home dog, boy, this would be a 10-unit.
Yeah, but getting points is
I
where
know, and
that's
I do lean Thunder in this game, but they don't play this quite same out on the road. Like they just don't, and it's a tough game. Like I see an avenue where Kevin Durant just is Kevin Durant and just gets this one done. I love the Thunder buddies. That is my lean here in this game, but I'm not. It didn't make my premium side, is what I'll say. Last game up. I don't actually have a graphic for this last one, and I saw that it didn't make the jam session yesterday. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened.
Probably no line till late.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but we got the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers last game of the night. Lakers laying a pretty big number, laying damn near double digits, laying 9.5. I see currently. I lean Lakers. I don't love it though. I'm expecting everybody to play with that lean. You know, the Portland Trail Blazers are kind of banged up right now. Brogdon's out. Scoot's been out for a minute. We just saw Robert Williams now out for the season. You know, when we see Portland at home, I'll probably look in their direction. And, you know, they've had their spots, but I don't like them today. I don't. I think the Lakers kind of steamroll a bad team today for the first time this season. I'm going to take the Lakers. Mitch?
I actually don't love this game. I could see an angle both ways. I could see the Lakers steamrolling them. I could see Portland because it's the bailout game of the night. You know, I could see this one coming in right at the number or even 9. So it's just a tough call to go on a side. I think, you know, if anything, maybe a slight lean to the under. I think that I like the Lakers this season. I like what they're doing. And actually, I haven't really ever been much of a Lakers fan except when they had Kobe. And the thing is that, you know, I like a lot of their players. I love that they've come out and said, like, well, LeBron's going to have less minutes and all this stuff. But when push comes to shove, man, they just give him the ball, man, and just let him go. That's what they've been doing. It's like, oh, he's only going to think. And then you look at the line, 38 minutes, 32 points, right? It's like, I mean, they might not admit it, but that's what they're doing. I would do the same freaking thing, man. I don't care if he's the oldest player in the league. He's still one of the best. And I would do the exact same thing, man. It's like, why would you do anything different? You know, why wouldn't you? If I had LeBron, I'd give him the ball, at least the look every time down the court.
Brian, what you thinking here?
Terrible game, but if you had a gun to my head, I'd probably take the Portland Trail Blazers. Lakers just aren't good at covering spreads. What are they, 3-6-1 on the year? ATS wise, it just seems like a high number. Definitely nothing I'm going to run to the window to bet, but I'll lean towards the Blazers.
Javon?
Yeah, there's no way I'm laying anything near 10 points with the Lakers. I don't care what situation it is. You know, this is just an old team, and I think they'll find a way to mess up the cover, you know, if they are up that much at any point in this game. So, yeah, give me the Portland Trail Blazers. They play hard enough.
Wayne?
Yeah, I'm with these guys on Portland. Both of these teams are pretty banged up. We don't mention the Lakers being banged up. They got a lot of role players out on their side. And Portland Trailblazers been covering spread ever since Scoot Henderson's been out. Hey, I ain't saying nothing, but they are a little above 500, definitely on the road too. They've been playing a lot tougher on the road. They haven't found their funk at home, but they match up well with them too. Jeremy Grant, pesky on LeBron, big guy for AD. So give me Portland and all those points.
All righty.
Is Zappy going to be a hero, or is he a guy that couldn't beat out Mac Jones?
Zappy?
Walk-off touchdown for Zappy. They just hit a 70-yarder.
I like Zappy. I was confused when he didn't get no burn.
Walk off for a little zap. Come on, man. Let's do it.
I got it right. I got like giant TV right here. 75 inch here.
All right, man. We made it finally.
Oh,
all the NBA,
that's grounding. That's got to be grounding.
All the NFL.
In the pocket, no one in the picture at all.
Y'all know what the last segment of the show is. Oh, parlay time.
I got an easy parlay.
Let me hear it.
I'll take the New York Jets. New York Jets on the money line, the New York Giants plus the 17.5, and the Houston Rockets plus the points.
That is about as ugly as it gets. Mitch.
Raiders, Cowboys, and Nuggets.
There you go. Stomp down. Jovan.
Vikings money line, Cardinals money line, and Pelicans money line.
Wayne.
We'll go with Detroit Wizards, both on the spread. Take those points, and we'll go with Tennessee Titans money line.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati Joe. Jamar Chase has been implemented into the lineup. I'm gonna take the Miami Heat against the San Antonio Spurs. And then last but not least, I'm gonna end it off, man. Let's get it done, Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies for life. I'm gonna take the Oklahoma City Thunder plus a 3.5 in that one. Any last words before I let any of you fellas go?
That Colts.
That coach.
That freaking coach.
Chargers easy today, guys.
Oh, he got it.
Take the Chargers. Anything from you, Jovan?
Thanks everybody out there, man. Thanks to all of our Pick Dogs family. But go ahead.
Got it. Good day. Good day today. Let's win.
Let's do it. Wayne?
No, man. Hoping to cash. Obviously.
Oh, there it is.
There's
the Mac
Jones don't happen.
play.
Just hoping to break bread today, and let's get right. Plenty of
Zappy.
action today. Be smart, man.
Zappy looking like a guy that couldn't beat Mac Jones out on that throw. That's for sure.
Any last words, Eric?
Yeah, you guys have a great day watching football because I won't watch one play. I'll just be looking at the screens trading. Regarding a parlay, I'm going to give you guys a parlay. I never do parlays, but if I had to do a money line parlay, it would be the Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Ravens.
Straight money line parlay. What's that pay? What's that pay? Like
I didn't even look. I didn't even look.
$3.
I mean, listen. How many people do you think are going to have Dallas in their money line parlays? If the Giants actually won, they would just crush every parlay.
Even if they even let you have it in there, it's like 2,500 or something.
Here, let me log into my FanDuel account right now. I'll tell you right now. FanDuel.
I don't know.
FanDuel.
You said you guys Ravens and who?
He said Ravens, Sixers, and Nets.
Okay, let me put the Sixers in there.
It sounds like it's even money off the top of my head.
Plus 155, actually.
Bro,
there you go.
It's really
hey, listen. So at FanDuel, you can bet right now Dallas minus 2,500 or the Giants plus 1,200.
Yep.
Minus 2,500, man. I hate to say it.
Well,
that'll be
square. It's not.
That'll be in every single parlay on the planet. All these guys with a 9-teamer, 10-teamer.
Cash the Colts.
That's the show, man. As always, I appreciate.
So listen, real good parlay. Hey, Jay, real quick. That my partner Barry's in the background. He has a client that has a 17 parlay open for 90,000. The last game was New England. He called him up and begged him to bet 50,000 on the Colts to cover it, and the guy said, "No, I'm going to roll with the parlay."
Oh shit!
Damn. Don't be that guy today, man. Let's make some money on
don't be that guy.
Money making Sunday, man. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. I appreciate all the guys that joined me today here on the show. We'll see y'all guys throughout the week. Plenty of content from us all. Premium plays, our favorite bets, the plays we got the most money on, are over at the site. See you guys soon. We out of here. Peace.